Dylan here at the Smart Team Homes, here on a second video of a three-part series on this Hornbill Smart Lock that I bought for my house. Love showing you guys the smart things that I do. We're going to see how it goes on an install because I've never done an install on a video before, but it's pretty simple, straightforward. I think you guys can do it too. So follow along a little bit. I've got all the things set out here. I've got my toolbox in case I need something more advanced here. But the first step, per the instruction manual, which I've read a couple of times, is to get the actual deadbolt installed. And the first step, besides getting it out of the packaging, is to make sure it's the appropriate length for the door. So I've done these a few times. Big key, all I do, I don't want to mar my finish because this is nicely painted and fresh. I just take it and I set it up against the door here and see where it's going to go. And if you can see that, without marring anything, it's going to fit in there very nicely once I screw it in. Now, like I said in the unboxing video, they included some tools for us, but I have my own tools and they're usually a little faster. So we'll get this installed real quick with my Milwaukee drill. Love this darn thing. Nice and easy. Now, for those of you that like a little extra level of security, and I may update this myself even though this is not a home improvement channel, I very well in the next few weeks may switch those screws out for a little bit longer because we could probably get a 2-inch screw in there and that'll just give a little more support, a little more security. Not a big deal, but something I tend to do on my door locks. So we've got the deadbolt in there. Next step is to get the front facing unit in there. And to do that, we're going to take the bracket that goes on the back and we're going to take the front facing unit. This is going to go in, it's going to add security and support into the door lock. So now that I got this stud screwed in there to go through the second hole here, I'm going to grab my gasket. And you guys will notice you can't really mess up the gasket. It's got specific holes. Slip this bad boy on, slip that through the hole. Now we're going to slide this bad boy in. This piece is going to go through the deadbolt just like if you were installing a normal deadbolt. Your stud's going to go through the second hole. And just like that, you've got a very secure exterior. But now we have to do some more connecting. This bad boy is going to get slid in to the bottom here. You want to get it nice and tight there. I can always come back and tighten it more if I feel like I need to. Now the next part that we need to keep in mind, we have these two other little holes here. Just like that top one, we got 2 more screws. So once you get the first one, the rest of them usually go pretty easy. So we got this piece mounted, we got the back bracket, and now we're ready to put on the back piece with the gasket. So follow along with me if you will. Things to mention about this. One, you need to start with the lock switch in the up position. That way it aligns appropriately with the back that you're going to do. And then the instructions actually tell you to make sure you orient it and you have to set a setting. So my door opens with the hinges on the left. Down here, there's a little button that just needs to be turned to the left. So the system knows how it's oriented. Now we're ready to connect this bad boy. So getting our gasket, we got the little studs on there. Next step is I have my 3 small set screws ready to go here because I'm going to need them. I also got my screwdriver very close here as well. So next step is you have to connect your wire, and that little wire is just going to hang out in there about like that. So then if you can see any of this, we've got this that needs to line up. And if everything goes appropriately, when you set that in, all the screws should line up nicely. All right, got that bad boy aligned nice and neat in there. Now we're looking for those set screws that I talked about before. Line up nice and neat in there. We've got it attached. We've got the function test going well on the bolt. So now we're going to install the batteries and go from there. Got our 4 AA's. Now the part we're not really talking a whole lot about, oh, it just gave us a little chime, is I have a hub. And the hub is going to connect to my internet, which is going to allow me to connect to this from my phone anywhere I'm connected to, anywhere, my understanding. So we got this on. Test our key, make sure it all works. Opens, closes, all good. Tune in for the next video.